Good evening, you're watching the news with me, Shivangi Shukla. Let's have a quick look at the top headlines this hour. Main accused in the Chandigarh stalking case, Vikas Barala, finally arrested by Chandigarh police. Accused charged of kidnapping slapped on the accused.
अगर इस केस में मेरे खुद के बेटे का जिस प्रकार से नाम आया है और वो तफ्तीश में शामिल है, अगर कहीं कोई पुलिस की जांच या उस बेटी के बयान के आधार पर कोई कार्रवाई होती है तो कानून उसके ऊपर डट करके कार्रवाई करे।
Haryana BJP chief and father of accused says his political clout will not affect justice in this case. Complainants' satisfaction will be their top priority. The Maratha Morcha in Mumbai comes to an end following Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis's assurance. A ministry-level subcommittee will be formed to look into the demands of all the Maratha organizations. Girls stripped in a women's hostel in Dumka, Jharkhand. Chief Minister Raghubar Das takes note, demands a report in 24 hours.
रिक्शे में सेफ नहीं है, बस में सेफ नहीं है, स्कूल में सेफ नहीं है, छोटी बच्ची सेफ नहीं है, तो हम कहाँ सेफ रहेंगे? इसका न्याय चाहिए हमको।
बोलते हैं स्कूल के बाहर की हमारी रिस्पांसिबिलिटी नहीं है, वैन की रिस्पांसिबिलिटी नहीं है, जो स्कूल के अंदर हुआ वो किसकी रिस्पांसिबिलिटी है?
3-year-old student allegedly sexually assaulted at a reputed school in Mumbai. Accused arrested and sent to police custody till August 11th. Agitated parents stage protest and demand safety for their children.
अगर आज हम मौका ले लें तो आज फिर से एक बार हम विश्व के कई देशों के लिए उपयोगी हो सकते हैं, प्रेरणा का कारण बन सकते हैं। ऐसे मोड़ पर आज हम खड़े हैं।
PM Narendra Modi launches Sankalp Se Siddhi campaign, speaking on the 75th anniversary of Quit India movement in Lok Sabha. Special initiative by the government to end poverty and illiteracy. After a bitter loss in the prestige battle in Gujarat, Chief Minister Rupani to move court to challenge EC's order of nullifying 2 votes. Ahmed Patel retained his Rajya Sabha seat with 44 votes after EC held 2 votes invalid. Breaking news coming in, the chief accused in the Chandigarh stalking case, Vikas Barala, the son of Haryana BJP chief Subhash Barala and his associate Ashish, surrendered before the Chandigarh police earlier today. Now the Chandigarh police have slapped additional charges against both the accused. Vikas Barala has been charged under section 365-511 of IPC. Vikas and other accused will be produced before the magistrate on August 9th, where the cops will seek police custody. Listen in to DGP Tejendra Luthra giving us all the details.
Accused के खिलाफ हम 2 चार्जेस प्रेस करने जा रहे हैं। एक तो है अटेम्प्ट ऑफ अबडक्शन का, जिसमें कि 2 सेक्शन लगेंगे, धारा 365 और 511। इसके अलावा हमने ये भी डिसाइड किया है कि इन दोनों एक्यूज्ड को हम अरेस्ट कर रहे हैं। इन दोनों एक्यूज्ड को कल सुबह कोर्ट में पेश किया जाएगा और कोर्ट से हम इनका पुलिस कस्टडी रिमांड लेने की रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे। इस इन्वेस्टिगेशन में अभी बहुत सारी चीज़ें ऐसी हैं जिसमें हमें एक्यूज्ड को साथ ले जाकर बहुत सारे फैक्ट से कन्फ्रंट करवाना होगा और सीन ऑफ क्राइम को जो चेस का रूट था उसको भी रिकंस्ट्रक्ट करके एक्यूज्ड के साथ जाकर देखना होगा। वहाँ से बहुत सारे तथ्य कन्फर्म होंगे।
Varnika Kundu exclusively spoke to Times Network after Vikas Barala was arrested. Listen in to what she had to say.
I'm joined by Braveheart Varnika Kundu. Varnika, you have been fighting since the incident happened, and finally there has been an impact. Finally, Vikas Barala has been arrested. How do you see this?
It's great. It's a great step in this. It's a great development in the case, and I wouldn't say we won because, this is just the beginning. It's the first step, but it's a huge first step, and my faith has been restored again. Things happen like with the footage and all. I had started sort of getting a little shaken, but this is great, and great news.
What do you expect next? What you are planning next? How do you see this?
I'm just going to wait, to be told what I need to legally do next. But the police have done everything so far, and I'm sure they'll tell me when I need to do something.
One last question. You have been setting an example for everyone, and now finally you see that, you know, your fight, along with everyone who has been fighting with you, has finally, you know, has proven. How do you see that, and what is your message to everyone out there who go through something similar?
My message is that the fight has just begun. If we continue this movement, not this case, this is just, you know, a part of it. If we continue the movement, cases like these will get a lot rarer, and you know, we are the only ones who can change this country into a safer and better place for women.
In fact, earlier today, BJP held a press conference in Chandigarh. They said that their priority is the complainant satisfaction and that they will not indulge in politics on such issues.
मैं एक बात और कहता हूं, ना ही हमने किसी भी तरह की इस मामले में राजनीति की है, ना ही जांच को भटकाने का कोई प्रयास किया है। जो भी पुलिस इसमें जांच के अंदर जिस प्रकार के भी आरोप उसके ऊपर लगेंगे, उस आरोप के ऊपर कार्रवाई हो, जो भी कार्रवाई बनती है। मैं ये बात कहता हूं, जितना दोष किसी व्यक्ति ने किया है, चाहे वो मेरा बेटा भी है, वर्णिका कुंडू, मैं एक सामाजिक आदमी हूं, राजनीतिक आदमी हूं, उस नाते वो भी मेरी बेटी के समान है। अगर इस केस में मेरे खुद के बेटे का जिस प्रकार से नाम आया है और वो तफ्तीश में शामिल है, अगर कहीं कोई पुलिस की जांच या उस बेटी के बयान के आधार पर कोई कार्रवाई होती है, तो कानून उसके ऊपर डट करके कार्रवाई करे।
हम पर ये विरोधियों ने ये आरोप लगाए कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी के अध्यक्ष के बेटे होने के नाते हमने कहीं राजनीतिक उन पर दबाव डाला। तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी ये मानती है और भारतीय जनता पार्टी का ये अनुभव है, जब कांग्रेस ये कहती है कि हमने कोई चंडीगढ़ प्रशासन पर दबाव डाला, तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी को ये नहीं पता कि प्रशासनिक दबाव कैसे डाला जाता है। उनके अपने पुराने अनुभव है जिसको वो हम पर थोपना चाहते हैं। हमने ये माना है कि वर्णिका कुंडू को न्याय मिलना चाहिए। जो भी शिकायत करता है, हमारा कहना यह है कि हमारी सबसे पहले संतुष्टि शिकायतकर्ता की संतुष्टि है।
In fact, Kiran Kher has also reacted on the case. Let's listen in.
I think the case is on. Both sides will be listened to, and I don't doubt that the boy should be listened to also. Doesn't mean that only the girl should be listened to. Boy should also be listened to and will be listened to, because the country must provide justice to all. कि दिन में लड़कियां बाहर जाती हैं, लोग कहते हैं कुछ नहीं टिप्पणी होती। ये क्यों कहते हैं लड़कियों को रात को बाहर नहीं जाने देना चाहिए? इसका मतलब है लड़कों को कुछ हो जाता है रात के समय। तो अगर लड़कों को कुछ हो जाता है तो लड़कों को घर पे रखिए ना रात को।
And now, another startling revelation. It seems Varnika Kundu was not the only person who was stalked by Haryana BJP chief Subhash Barala's close relatives. Allegedly, Barala's nephew, Kuldeep Barala, helped abduct a minor girl from Fatehabad. She has alleged also that she was illegally confined till midnight at Dhani Shera village in Tohana and then pressurized her into changing her statement. On Tuesday, the Punjab and Haryana High Court asked Haryana police to file a status report on investigation of allegations into the same. After petition was filed by the minor survivor through her mother. These are serious charges against BJP state president Subhash Barala, who is already neck deep in controversy.
3 महीने पहले की बात है, मैं मंदिर में गई थी शाम रात के टाइम पूजा करने के लिए। वहाँ से लोग मुझे लेके गए। और गाड़ी में थे कुलदीप बराला, उसके बड़े भाई, उसके मौसा जी, उसकी मम्मी, उसकी बड़ी बहन और उसकी भाभी और एक वो खुद था। फिर उन्होंने मुझे रात रात पे अपने घर रखा। उसकी मम्मी ने मेरे साथ तो मारपीट की और फिर मेरे घर वालों को पता लगा कि मैं वहाँ हूँ, तो मेरे घर वालों ने कहा कि हमें लड़की दे दो, हम फैसला कर लेंगे वगैरह वगैरह। तो फिर उन्होंने मुझे नहीं लौटाया। फिर उन्होंने मुझे SHO प्रदीप शोरन के पास भेज दिया, जो कि इस केस के इंचार्ज थे। बट फिर उन्होंने कुछ कार्रवाई नहीं की। फिर उन्होंने मुझे महिला लेडी पुलिस के पास भेजा, वो SHO बिमला। फिर उन्होंने भी मुझे कहा कि पॉलिटिकल इशू है, तू रहने दे, तुम्हारा कुछ नहीं होगा। वो भी मुझे उल्टा धमकी देने लगी कि अपने फैमिली के खिलाफ ही तुझे बोलना है। कि तुझे लड़की का नाम नहीं लेना, क्योंकि वो पॉलिटिकल में है, कुछ भी कर सकते, पावर है उनके पास, क्योंकि उनकी सरकार है टाइम पे। तो फिर मैं डर गई थी, तो फिर मैंने अपने घर वालों के खिलाफ ही उल्टे बयान कर दी।
यानी दबाव में बना के आपसे बयान पलटाए गए?
हाँ, पुलिस वालों ने पलटाए, डरा धमका के।
कौन था शामिल इसमें?
SHO बिमला और प्रदीप शरण।
कल शाम 8 बजे की बात है, सुभाष बराला के भतीजे 3-4 लड़कों ने मिलकर मेरी बहन को उठा लिया। जब हमने पुलिस में FIR कराई तो वो उनके घर से प्राप्त हुई। जब हम लेके आ रहे थे तो मुझको वो गुंडा ले गए और जबरदस्ती मुझे रास्ते में बुआन उतार दिया उन्होंने। लेकिन वो लड़की के ऊपर दबाव बना के बयान पलटवाने की कोशिश कर रहे थे और जबरदस्ती हमारे से छीन के ले गए।
Moving on, protest by the Maratha Morcha has come to an end following Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis's assurance. The Chief Minister in the Maharashtra Assembly said that a ministry-level subcommittee will be appointed to look into the demands of all the Maratha organizations. The committee will decide the future course of action. Listen in.
एक मंत्रिमंडळ उपसमिती अध्यक्ष महोदय या ठिकाणी गठीत केली जाईल आणि या मंत्रिमंडळ उपसमितीच्या माध्यमातून दर 3 महिन्यात ही जी काही हा फोरम तयार झालेला आहे, ज्या वेगवेगळ्या संघटना आहेत, या संघटनांचा जो फोरम आहे त्या फोरम सोबत दर 3 महिन्यांना एकदा ही मंत्रिमंडळ उपसमिती चर्चा करेल आणि त्या चर्चेच्या माध्यमातून ज्या काही अडचणी असतील, समस्या असतील, त्या दूर करण्याचा प्रयत्न केला जाईल.
Moving on, a girl in Jharkhand was stripped, thrashed and filmed for allegedly stealing a mobile phone. The inmates of the hostel suspected her and attacked her. The incident occurred at a women's hostel in Dumka district. The hostel warden, however, claims that she was unaware of the incident. Now, state's chief minister has taken note of the incident and has demanded a report in 24 hours.
तो हम लोग कोशिश किए कि इस घटना को रोकने के लिए इस तरह नहीं मारपीट हो या जबरदस्ती किसी तरह का अपने हाथ में कानून को नहीं लेने के लिए हम लोग वहाँ सबको समझा बुझा करके हम लोग लिखवाए भी, बात भी किए कि आप लोग इस मामला को यहीं तक रहने दें और आगे मत बढ़ाइए। जो भी है गार्जियन से हम लोग बात करेंगे, इसका गार्जियन को हम लोग जिम्मा लगाएंगे कि इस तरह की हरकत नहीं करेगी लड़की। हम लोग को नहीं मालूम है ये चीज, इसके लिए सब जिम्मेदार है हॉस्टल की लड़कियाँ और वहाँ की प्रीफेक्ट।
इतना हुआ कि ऐसे अच्छा मोबाइल तो एक किया तो पैसा दिया जाए, तो हम भी हाँ किए सर, दोनों हाँ किए तो 18,600 हम लोग को मिला के जोड़ के ई कर दिया। बोला कि इतना पैसा लगेगा, इतना दिन का जो चोरी उसको इसको घर में गिरा दिया। सब घर में तो व्यवस्था नहीं है, हम लोग खेती किसान हैं, तो 25 तारीख तक में हम किसी तरह से व्यवस्था करके दे देंगे। मतलब इसका घर में एक किया है तो व्यवस्था करके दे देंगे।
पूरा मामला में पुलिस को जब से सूचना मिली है लगातार इसमें जांच कर रही है। जो पीड़िता है उनके बयान दर्ज किया है, पुलिस के द्वारा किया गया है और उनके जो बयान दिया गया है उसी के आधार पर लगातार इस पर इंक्वायरी और जांच चल रही है और हमें उम्मीद है कि जल्दी ही इस मामला का खुलासा हो जाएगा।
Now on to the latest update coming in on the 63-year-old death case in Oshiwara area of Mumbai. Police has recovered a suicide note from deceased Asha Sahani's house. The suicide note reads, and I quote, "No one is responsible for my death." End quote. The note was shown to her son and he verified her handwriting. Asha's fully decomposed body was found on Sunday in her locked home after a techie son returned from the United States. However, the cause of her death has not been ascertained in the post-mortem report. And joining me on the phone line is Richa. Richa, after finding the suicide note of the senior citizens, what is the police concluding?
That's right, Shivangi. After finding the suicide note in this horrific incident of US techie who found his own mother in her own home in a state of a skeleton body after he had not gotten in touch with her own mother for over a year's time, and now the police is investigating from all angles to find out what kind of suicide, what caused the suicide, and in what manner did this death happen. And so far samples have been sent to the forensic lab for further investigations, and the handwriting of the mother suicide note was confirmed by the son, as well as a number of diaries that were found, and the handwriting were matched according to that at the spot where this incident occurred. So far the police are not stating much, because in the first postmortem, the preliminary postmortem report did not reveal much about the state of the body and what caused the death.
After the post-mortem report, do we have any details on when did she actually die in that apartment?
Right now, the police sources are not confirming about the time period, but our sources are stating that this death could have happened anywhere between 8 to 10 months prior to finding this body, because the last that the son heard from his mother was in the month of April, that is in 2016. It clearly shows, because the decomposed body was in a terrible state and only skeletons were found to be just completely and fully clothed, and a suicide note has also been found now.
Right, Richard, thank you for joining us with all those details. Moving on, a 17-year-old girl was allegedly stabbed to death after she fended off the advances of a few men who were eve-teasing her. The girl was on her way to school when she was allegedly stopped and harassed by her neighbor. When the girl protested against such behavior, she was pushed off her bicycle and attacked with a knife. Police have registered an FIR and a hunt is on to nab the accused.
बांसडी रोड क्षेत्र में की घटना है और एक लड़की की धारदार हथियार से गले में वार करके हत्या की गई है। इसमें प्रभावी कार्यवाही की जा रही है। इसमें जो भी अभियुक्त हैं इनकी गिरफ्तारी के लिए टीमें मैंने लगा दिया है। अतिशीघ्र इसमें गिरफ्तारी और जो भी दोष अभियुक्त हैं उनके खिलाफ प्रभावी कार्यवाही होगी।
वो लोग परेशान करते थे तो पापा बोले ठीक है तुम स्कूल मत जाओ। एक हफ्ते से स्कूल नहीं जा रही थी, लेकिन बोल रही थी पापा हम उन लोगों के डर से कितने दिन स्कूल नहीं जाएंगे। और वो ब्लैकमेल करता है कि अगर तुम मुझसे बात नहीं करोगी ना तो तुमको मार डालेंगे। ऐसा तो वो 6 महीने से साल भर से कर रहा था, लेकिन घर वालों से बात हुई थी, बड़े बड़े लोगों में, पापा से, उसके, मेरी मम्मी से। मम्मी ने समझा दिया था, कहा था कि नहीं मतलब ठीक है बच्चे हैं समझा दीजिए, लेकिन उसके घर वालों ने कोई भी सख्ती से कुछ भी नहीं उसको समझाया। ऐसे ही वो खुला छोड़ दिया था। वो मेरे घर में कभी ईंट फेंकता था, कभी पत्थर फेंकता था, ऐसे परेशान करता था।
And joining me on the phone line is Amir, who has been tracking that story. Amir, has the police made any headway in nabbing the accused?
Well, yes, the police did make a headway. In fact, they've arrested 2 of the 5 named accused in the case, which also includes the prime accused who was involved with the case. This looked actually very, very disappointing, because the police did act, but after the girl actually lost her life, because the girl had initially, through her parents, put forward a complaint to the police against the main accused, who also happens to be the local village pradhan's son, who also was very, very influential. And that was why although he had been eve-teasing the girl for last several weeks, despite the information with the police, no action was taken, and that was why perhaps he became so fearless that he came forward. And that day again, when this incident happened, he pushed the girl off her bike, continued to tease her, and when the girl tried to resist, all the 5 boys actually attacked her with knife and sharp-edged weapons, and that was when the girl actually bled to death on the spot itself. More shocking, perhaps, is the fact that there were people around, bystanders and onlookers, who continued to look at this horrific incident, but they did not come forward to help the girl. But finally, the police team has got its act together and have arrested 2 accused involved in the case. More action seems to be on the card, since 3 of the accused are still absconding.
Well, Amira, what's more shocking is that no one came to help that girl. That's very, very shocking. If a girl is being stabbed in broad daylight and no one is coming out to help her, this seems to be one more case of lawless UP.
Well, yes, absolutely. There have been questions which have been raised on the working of the UP police, and especially, the kind of campaigns that were undertaken by the UP police, like anti-Romeo squads on the police at the police station level itself. But nothing seems to have helped the girl in this case. So all those tall claims being made by the UP government and the UP police department seem to have completely fallen flat, because they actually don't seem to have helped the girl in any which way.
Right, Amir. Thank you for joining us with all those details. Time for a Mirror Now impact. Days after we reported a racket where fraudsters use signed cancelled checks and an erasable pen to loot people's bank accounts, the Punjab National Bank has issued an advisory. Bankers have been asked to educate the public to be vigilant and not sign cancelled checks. Apurva Sridhar gets us more details.
It is a big Mirror Now impact days after Mirror Now reported how at least 5 to 6 cases of check frauds have come to light in Noida. The Fraud Risk Management Division of the Punjab National Bank here in New Delhi has issued an advisory to all its branches across the country, asking its field functionaries to educate the customers coming to their branches and also telling them to not sign a cancelled check. In fact, all of these developments comes after we at Mirror Now demonstrated how fraudsters are duping customers by using some kind of a special pen to erase the cancellation on the check, and also in a way to part with their valuable information in terms of Aadhaar, PAN, voter ID and other relevant details. In fact, quoting the entire modus operandi on their advisory, the Punjab National Bank has also asked the customers to stay vigilant and ensure that they remain absolutely careful about the kind of representatives who also come to their house, and to not use their pen to sign any kind of check, as they could be erasable pens. In New Delhi, this is Apurva Sridhar for Mirror Now.
Now, as the language wars escalate in Karnataka, pro-Kannada activists held protest in front of a bank today, demanding that all the bank staff in the state should learn Kannada within the next 1 month or leave their jobs, and removal of Hindi signage. The organization also threatened to stage large-scale protest if the bank fails to listen to the demands. This comes a day after the Kannada Development Authority issued a 6-month ultimatum to nationalized and rural banks in Karnataka to learn Kannada or leave jobs.
A day after Kannada Development Authority Chairman Siddaramaiah issued notifications to all the nationalized banks as well as the private banks, asking the regional heads to learn the language Kannada so that they could communicate easier with the local people here in Bengaluru. We see here the activists of Karnataka Rakshana Vedike staging a protest here at St. Mark's Road before the SBI Bank. In fact, you can see they are demanding that all the bank employees to learn the language and give due importance to Kannada so that they can communicate with the localites in an easier manner. Remember that this is not the first time that we see that activists from Karnataka Rakshana Vedike staging a protest as far as imposition of Hindi is concerned. Also, we understand that notifications have already been issued to at least 19 banks here in the city and around 3 banks across Karnataka.
He has agreed that things are going well as regards the Kannada improvement is there in the bank, in the State Bank of India. We have fought and we got that approval from the corporate center that it will be only those who know the languages can enter as clerks. If they don't know Kannada, they cannot get into the bank as a clerk. Senior officer recruitment is done all India level. We have no control, but we are telling them as far as possible, post Kannada people to Bangalore.
Every state should have their, freedom, respect. So if you go to Tamil Nadu, you have to learn Tamil. If you go to Hyderabad, you have to learn Telugu. No other go. They can learn Kannada. They can take time. If their attempt is sincere, certainly they can learn Kannada. And Kannada Sahitya Parishatu, Kannada Sahitya Academy, lot of institutions, whether they are government or semi-government, they have a simple books, scripts. And at least they learn how to speak. They may not be the masters of Kannada like me, but they can read and write.
They have asked us to use more and more Kannada. There is nothing wrong in it, but people who are past the peak, they have a lesser propensity to absorb newer and newer things. It is difficult for them, but then people who are at the prime of their age, in the early days, they are picking up, they are trying to pick up, they are picking up reasonably good, they can speak.
One should volunteer to learn the language wherever they are working, because when ours is a service sector, unless you speak their native language, the customers will not consider you as one amongst them. So to be free and to be close to the customer, you should speak their language also. May not be fully fluent and all, but you should understand them and you should be able to communicate to them what exactly you want to tell them. Sweepers and attenders are almost will be recruited locally only. Clerical and officers will be recruited across India. Only those people have to be trained.
Well, that's all we have on this bulletin. More news and updates on the other side.